or need to be updated? Spoke to Janine today, tried to bring the church tonight, but I think there was some misunderstanding. But she's doing good. Kids are doing good. But she needs transportation to church. And for some reason, hasn't been connecting with Olivier. So Lord willing, she'll be in church this Sunday. Glad to hear that she's doing well. Updates. 2 items. It's good to have our guests from the beginning. Did you get to kind of say hi to everybody? Not sure how long you're going to be here, right? As long as there's work to do, you're around. I pray that you stay here the rest of the summer. All right, anything to update on the list? Any praises? Yes, ma'am.
Dedicated. Said that her sister-in-law had fallen off the roof, and so she is nursing her back and now she broke knees and I don't know what her name is.
Everything is sister. Guys, you need to bring your caps to my list.
All my hands disappeared.
Let's go. Okay, this time analysis split up into groups. You guys act like I feel all tired, not moving anywhere.
Nature over six or so hours. 13. And then you're trying.
You're ready to go, right?
I needed a nap.
All right, someone very good.
I just fall asleep. I just fall asleep, so I'm just bringing myself. Huh? Whatever you want. all about you. Lord, I just pray for our leaders and first how much for the effort of the age to see it being that much for having yourself educated with the Lord God as we hear about different things that are going on in the world. So, for certain Christian targeting your refuge, Lord, there's a refuge, all the different things that's going on. And Lord, we just hear about this stuff and get angry and get frustrated when we live lives happening. That Lord, we know that you are the reason that you're UAD, and it's a matter of showing you're showing us and showing, hey, look, I'm coming to save you. And this is what's happening. You know, Christians are going to get Christians. And this is what's going to be. And Lord, just pray that you just call us to remember that. Prepare our hearts for that time when we're going to just be persecuted. It is what it is. I'm praying for Lord, don't listen to that fruit, so we just accept it. But now we accept it. But just give love everyone. Give love getting shot down. Give love getting cussed at. Give love being hurt. Lord, that we just continue to show love. Prophet, reason that you help us to be that was this Lord, I just pray for all salvation, prayer requests around this person, for the people who need love. Again, there's health. The many beings that are just hungry, Lord God, just pray that you are so good. You know that are people all these things. You know what they are. And Lord, you know what they do. You know what needs to happen to transpire. As Lord, we just pray that you just be with us, Lord, and love and grace and mercy, but also righteousness and truth, and not the religion. Those are showing us who you are through the right things that we do to you. And Lord, I just want to thank you for all of Right. We are on step 12, yeah, page 19. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, no, it's Saturday.
Yeah, get some rest. Don't let them work because they're hard.
They're working with my dad.
Oh, no. Back to Ohio. Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, she did a really good job.
All right. Yeah, page 29 of family, step number 12. Christian home is a center of support, protection, and mutual edification. In the home, material and emotional needs are met, and children are taught how to face the issues of life. In contrast, if Christ is not reigning in the home, far from being a refuge, it becomes a battleground, and
a place of frustration. Isn't that true? There's tons of homes like that. In Genesis 2:18, it says that it is not good for man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him. And that's God's plan for the family. It was God who created Eve as a wife for Adam. So the idea of creating a home came from God himself. The wife is described as a suitable helper, adequate for her husband. Both the wife and the husband mutually complement each other. United, they're better than when they're apart. For this reason, Genesis 2:24-25, for this reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and they will become one flesh. The man and his wife are both naked, and they develop no shame. Leaving father and mother means that the couple needs to become independent from their parents. Sorry. Well, that's well. Leaving father and mother means that the couple needs to become independent from their parents to form their own separate family. This is the only way they can learn to depend on each other. One flesh implies living in union with each other, not in competition. They're to be best friends, sharing intimate thoughts. Sex within marriage is not a cause for shame, but rather it is a gift from God to the couple for their good. The children that come are a blessing from God. Now, so, let's look up some scriptures. We'll start over here. Ephesians 5:25. Ryan and Sabine. Colossians 3:19. Colossians 3:19. You can read it in French if you like. I'll read it. And then down to 1 Peter 3:7. All right, keep trying to
Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
Okay, so what commands does God give to husbands in Paul's passage? Love your wife. Yeah. Doesn't sound hard, but you know, life is hard. That can affect your love relationship. So love your wives. And Colossians 3:29. Oh, 19, sorry. Yeah, love your wives and be not bitter against them. So obviously they're in love, but also don't be bitter. Okay? Because things come up in marriage, right? Sometimes if we don't take care of things right away, we allow bitterness to brew. That's like an intimate relationship, really. We don't take care of things as we should. We become bitter. All right, 1 Peter 3:7, John.
Likewise, your husbands, love and according to knowledge, with knowledge, giving honor and wives, as in the way for the son, and as being here together of the grace of life, that your prayers be heard.
Okay. So it says honor the wife, right? Giving honor. It says dwell with them according to giving honor to the wife as we profess. So what does that mean to honor your wife? Respect her. She's still your answer. What else? Yeah, do things for her. Honor and weaker vessel, it's like, you see a little kid struggling to pick up something heavy, you automatically go over there and help them, because you say, they can't do that on their own without help, right? And so that's the man's role with the wife. Of course, there's things that a wife can do. I mean, my wife can go out there and mow the lawn, but I would much prefer she not do that. I would rather me do that, because it's hard work. So I would rather relieve her of those burdens, right? For me, not a great husband, but I hate for my wife to wake up first thing in the morning or come home late at night and have a bunch of dishes in the sink that's accumulated through the day. I don't do it all the time, but I like to a lot of times do the dishes for her, because I know that she's working 10-hour days with little children. She's burned out. And, I've worked hard too, but that's my desire, my role, is to want to help her out. There's really I don't know what the culture is like in Africa, but in America, there's some roles we just think that's the woman's job, men don't do it, they don't help. Men don't cook, men don't clean, men don't do dishes, men don't do laundry. I'm not sure how that was started, but that's not true. I mean, there's certain things that wives are better at and good jobs for them to do, but it doesn't mean that a man can ever help. And we've seen a lot of homes where the wife has been working all day long and the man just sits in the chair and does nothing while the woman's busy. I know one guy, even he'll sit there until his wife comes over and cuts up his food for him. That's ridiculous. I don't believe that's giving honor to the wife. And so anyway, husbands, do you believe you're feeling this? I'm the only husband in here. All you guys think you're busy. Find a wife. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Verbally lift her up too. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Proverbs 31. I didn't know this until a few weeks ago. I heard Proverbs 31 was never meant to be the model for the woman. Proverbs 31 was a song that the man would sing over his wife. Not that she did everything in that, but that was his opinion of her, of how great you are. You're such a wonderful woman. And the practice was that they would sing that to her. So, yeah, uplifted. All right, so next page. What commands does he give to the wives? All right, let's look at that. We're right in 1 Peter, so let's just stay there. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. It says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may, without the word, may be won by the conversation of the wives. All right, so what for that blank? Obey their husband, be in subjection, that means to obey their husband. All right, moving right on. Ephesians chapter 5. Ephesians 5, verse 33. Nevertheless, let every one of you, in particular, so love his wife even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. So obviously, wives give reverence to husbands. So what's the reverence? I think it would be part of it. Reverence, what's reverence? Say that.
I just said give honor. I said give honor.
Give honor,
No,
respect, yeah. So the wife is to respect the husband, she is to obey the husband. That doesn't mean that she becomes the husband's slave, because if the husband loves the wife properly, that's not going to happen. But the husband is to be the head of the household, the leader. All right. Kevin, would you look up Ephesians 6:4? And Linda, Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 6 and 7. And I'll get these last passages in Ephesians. Okay, Ephesians 6:4.
and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord.
All right, so what does God tell parents to avoid? Provoking the children. How do you do that? What's some examples here? Give some examples of things parents do to frustrate or provoke their kids to anger. What do you think? Not appreciating them, okay? Because you try to do stuff around the house, do everything, try to do a good job, and you get no thanks. Yeah. Because God does that, right? The Bible even says every man shall have praise of God. So God definitely rewards us for things. He instructs us for what we need to change at the same time. What other things do parents do to frustrate or anger the children?
Be hypocritical,
Super critical.
supercritical, or hypocritical. Saying that telling them to do one thing and then doing the exact thing that they told them not to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hypocrites.
Yeah.
No, small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Anything else? Don't give your life examples. We don't have all that. Being angry for no reason. We don't have all that.
wow. Wow.
For me, I think consistency. I see a lot of times in homes, they're not consistent. What's wrong today should be wrong tomorrow, and wrong every day after that. What's okay today should be okay every day after that. That's consistency. But if kids don't know their boundaries, they get very angry and frustrated. I think I gave an example here not long ago where I've seen stuff like this where kids misbehave, they're disrespectful. I mean, then finally they spill their glass of water on the table and they get this big time discipline, spanking, just for a spilled glass of water. And they should have gotten it a long time ago for being so disrespectful. That just, I think it frustrates children. All right, Ephesians 6:4. Where is that? Deuteronomy 6:6 and 7.
And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk
Okay, so in what situations and places should you start your children? Everywhere all the time, yeah. When you're sitting down with them, when you're taking a walk with them, when you put them to bed, when they get back up again. Yeah, it says share as a family what you learn during your devotion time. Read the Bible, pray together. Families need to be doing that. Need to. And it's not just devotion time, but it's teaching all the time, like you said. All right, Ephesians 6:1-2. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with the promise. Well, God commands children to obey and to honor. That's what I've said before. There's been two big words in our house when our kids were little. Wouldn't tolerate disrespect and would not tolerate disobedience. And that's what you see right here. Verse 1, obey your parents. To be disobedient can't be tolerated. And honor that father and mother, that's disrespect. Can't allow disrespect. But you know, everything else is not a big deal. You know, accidents happen, spills happen, you know, things get broken. You know, that's what kids do. You know, it happens. If it's done on purpose, that's a different story. But I see parents get so angry over broken, you know, glass or something, but they tolerate disrespect. All right, last thing here. There are a few rules that promote harmony in the home. They apply to the husband, the wife, and the children. Ephesians 5:21 says, submit yourselves one to another in the fear of God. A spirit of submission. You know, there's no feeling of superiority. You know, and I think that's probably more the struggle for the man. I'm saying it as a wife too, but I think most of the men have the problem with that. That there's got to be this superiority, but there's ought to be a feeling of submission. You know, I learned, I don't always do it, as she can tell you, but I learned that my wife is right a lot of times, and I am wrong a lot of times. And so it's good, and that's why God gave her to me, because I'm stupid. And so she's smart, and so she can help me, right? That's why she can help me. So we submit to one another. And, you know, it's very humbling sometimes when the children are right and you're wrong. But that's certainly happened in our house. Yeah, that's happened in our house too. You know, but there has to be a spirit of submission. And then lastly, Ephesians chapter 2. Philippians chapter 2. And verses 3 and 4. Let nothing be done through strife or vain glory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem others better than themselves. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. So that means you're always putting the other person first before you. That, you know, you look out for your children, you look out for your spouse, and then you come last. And, you know, people, that's against the flesh. And the flesh doesn't like that. The flesh wants to be number one. You know, the flesh says, I'm going to sit right here until my wife cuts up my steak and puts it into my mouth. You know, but that's not biblical. And if you do things the Bible way, you always get blessed. Amen? Yeah. All right. Any questions or anything about the family? All right, let's pray. Our Father, we thank you so much for this night. Thank you, oh God, for creating the family. Lord, we thank you for our homes. We thank you, Lord, for our spouses, our children. Lord, we thank you for the families that you put us a part in. Lord, we know that many times they are dysfunctional. Lord God, you allow for a reason. Lord, you can help us to create good homes. And Lord, so we seek your help, your wisdom. Lord, we confess to you that we don't have much wisdom. Lord, our wisdom has to come from you. So, Lord, we just love you tonight. Thank you for all that you do. And we ask again, oh God, that you work miraculously in the people of the city, the people of our church, those that have been here, Father God, that we might see increases in interest in your house, in your kingdom. We give you glory and thanks in Jesus' name.